think people are becoming less curious these days, and I may not know why, but it's not a good sign. I mean, people should be playing mindfulness with almost what they do in order to be more aware of the environment and who they are actually. This will lead us through this very tunnel I want you and I to go through for the next couple of minutes. And I want you to pay mindfulness, very much mindfulness to this very process so that we can deliberate upon this very thing and get the actual results without any form of bias or prejudice. A lot of things that has been explained in great length by experts in different industries, professionals, and a whole lot of them. Yet, if you look in closely, you would notice that something is lacking in depth because these things are truly beyond human comprehension, especially the natural things that are around us. Many things that people are not curious about, but then the existence of those things are there to make us curious. But then people do not care because people do not pay mindfulness anymore. A lot of people are becoming so less curious that they don't even know that they're even less curious. Everything we've learned or been taught is only on a surface level, while the deeper truths remain unexplained. A biology professor may describe the process in which a baby is formed out of a single sperm, out of billions, growing inside a woman's womb for 9 months. During this time, the baby breathes and feeds in a way that defies our full understanding as humans, only to emerge into the world with hands, legs, mouth, and all the features of a human, and start functioning as a human almost immediately. No matter how scientific the explanation is, if you pay attention to that very process, you see that there is nothing that was explained to you. It is beyond human comprehension. You don't understand anything. Whatever that was explained to you was just from a place of education, from a place of giving that very thing a frame, from the place of giving it a name, defining it. But for the deeper understanding of that very process, it is beyond you and I. Now let's consider the mystery of human pleasure. What is it about intimacy between the two opposite sex that brings joy, that sparks up joy? Where is that sensation coming from? Where is that trigger, that chemistry? Where is it coming from? Why does stripping naked before the opposite sex create pleasure? Where does the feeling arise from? Science may explain all these things, but the essence of that very experience is a mystery. You can't explain it, or can you? Now, take a look at the cosmos. Take a look at the cosmos, whether at night or during the day. The moon appearing at night and the sun retiring, and the stars twinkling from unimaginable distances, yet beautifying the space at night. Yet despite hanging miles away, their essence, their impact can be felt down here on earth as humans. How can all these things exist without you and I asking why? You see, the lack of curiosity, the failure to ask why, is mostly what stops people from figuring out how. It is very important that you ask why in order to figure out how. That is some people's curse. They are yet to ask why in order to figure out how they will go about this very thing. All these things can be existing just to amaze and impress us. No. All these things are existing for you to ponder extensively on the reason why they are there in the first place. This is where your belief and acceptance of God should begin, not from any external source. I keep telling you people that finding God is something that you go through personally, not something you go and find in church. You go to church to strengthen your faith. The essence of the church is for you to go there to strengthen the faith already. You already believed in God. That is the reason why you're going to church, to strengthen the faith. Only a power far beyond human capacity can be able to do all these things. To the point that this very force had to look into the future, consider too many things in the future, and fixed it in the future in order to fit in when we arrive there. And we, the humans, have actually arrived there, and everything looks perfect. If not, explain why a bird, a flying creature, can perfectly perch on a function in an active electric pole or electric wire, whatsoever that it is, perch on it perfectly without getting electrocuted. The reason why a bird or any other flying creature can't get electrocuted when they perch on an electric wire is because there is a way their feet is actually structured to stand against that very current. And you can't possibly tell me that it was humans that considered the flying creatures before they started building the poles and the electric wires. No. All of this points down to a creator that thought ahead, that is greater beyond human comprehension. Now, aside this very point, another point I want to make is this. If you're still searching for God in places where you shouldn't, it's time to start asking why. By asking why, you start understanding how. God has left us enough clues and evidences, traces back to Him. He is as closer as you can ever imagine. He's closer than your own thoughts. Searching for Him in distant places and in weird places is an insult to the reason why you have something as mysterious as the brain inside here. God is too big to be looked for in places that is too small.